Okay. All right. So I want you to do something for me. I want you to name any famous person, any celebrity, musician, artist, anyone, just anyone. All right, you got them in mind? Great. I was gonna say I don't care, but the person that you may have thought of, and if you were to take like everybody's different famous person and combine them in a group, you'd see that everybody's journey, all of their journeys to fame, all of their come up stories, they're different in their own way. So the point that I'm trying to make is that everybody's journey to fame, if you want to achieve fame, is different. There's no clear cut path. You know, it's not necessarily that you do this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and then you just, if you follow all of those to the T, maybe the timing might just not be right, or say something will come up completely out of your control, and just like that, it's over. Everybody's journey is different, and I just said that, but I'm gonna keep repeating it because it needs to be drilled in your head, my head too. Everybody's journey is different. You know what I'm saying? I used to look at my peers and I used to be jealous of them because they, well, not really doing the same thing I was doing, but we were working in like the same kind of workspace, and they were getting more notoriety and exposure for what they were doing, and it felt as if I wasn't getting any of that, and I was just feeling pretty jealous of them. But then I had to take a step back, and I realized that everybody's journey is different. I just have to put in the effort doing what I do, and if I get exposure, a lot more exposure, maybe a year, 5, 10 years down the line, then that's great. If I don't, then it is what it is. So all that is to say that fame is pretty difficult to attain and navigate and just hold on to in general. But guess what? It's also surprisingly easy in a way. You don't need any special equipment. You don't need to look or sound or act the part. None of that. A lot of famous people, they didn't start off with the best equipment, and even some of them still don't even use the best equipment. Some of them don't really look attractive in today's beauty standards. Some of them don't even have the best personality. Some of them thrive off toxicity. But all of these people still have supporters, a lot of supporters. So, all of those are secondary. If you really think you need all of those to, achieve fame, no. The key to being famous, and it's nothing revolutionary, everybody knows this, the key to being famous is knowledge plus effort. Let me explain. You need to know a lot. First off, you need to know a lot. You need to know why you do what you do. You need to know
who you want to impact, why you want to impact them, why you want fame, what you're going to do with the fame. You need to know your niche, your audience, blah, 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 blah.
All of that. You need to sit down and figure all of that out. And once you have that, then you need to actually do the work, right? Because, quote me on this. This is about to be insane, all right? What you know will enhance what you do, and that will be what they see. I know. Insane wisdom drop, or whatever the kids are saying nowadays. Insane. The point is, you gotta know everything, and then you gotta put in the work to turn that knowledge into product, and then everybody can consume that product, and then honestly fame just kind of comes from there. And everybody knows this. Everybody knows that. Even if it's not the person themselves, the famous person or whatever, actually putting this into practice, somebody on their team, somebody that works for them or they work for, is doing that themselves. They're looking through to see what this person is good at and how that can, impact a lot of people and how that can apply to a lot of people. And they're putting plans in place for that person, even if they're not doing it themselves. I can talk English. I can speak English. One more thing I'm going to talk about before I go ahead and log off. I personally see fame from a different perspective than you might, all right? I'm famous, and that might seem a little egotistical. Not really, although it did stroke my ego a little bit. The way I see it, there are different levels of fame, all right? There are people who are just overtly famous, just way too famous with much more fame than they know what to do with, like millions of followers, blah blah blah. They're, you know, middle class famous people, you know, people with a couple thousand, couple 10,000, blah blah blah. And then there are the little less famous people, but they still have some sort of fame because, you know what I'm saying, you can go out and maybe a couple of people will recognize you for what you do. So that's how I see fame. So I'm famous. Really? So from my perspective, the only way that you will not attain like any level of fame is if you just sit down on your ass, quite frankly, and do absolutely nothing. If you sit down and you're like, I don't feel like doing it, you won't get any sort of fame. You won't get even a single subscriber. You won't get even a single follower. None of that. So you gotta put in the effort. And honestly, like even, you know what I'm saying, like 10 views or whatever on a video, or 10 listens to a song that you have, even that is some level of fame. All right, you just, if you want a higher level though, obviously you're gonna have to put in a lot more effort. But that's just how I see it. Everybody has their own level of fame that they are at, and quite frankly they're destined to be at. So that's just how I see things. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Fame is simple to have, but it's also difficult to acquire. So I'm gonna say this for the last time. Everybody's journey is different. So just plot that out yourself, and you know what I'm saying. I wish you all the best in your career. As I hope that y'all are wishing me the best as well. I'm just trying my best. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. New single dropping on Friday. I know I already said that, but yeah, it's a new single.